when we talk about great experiences, how does it quantify in regards to like an Ironman? Like, you know, like the challenges, the outcome, like, because I know Ironman is another thing. And the thing that I guess amazes me with your story as well is the amount of Ironmans you've done. Because I know a few people that have done an Ironman, but they'll do 2, 3. You've done 23. Like it's kind of like, I guess it's like an addiction to you. I don't know. But like, obviously the Ironman when it comes to triathlons and stuff like that is one of the pinnacles, I guess, or
it's the pinnacle.
It is the pinnacle.
So the Hawaii Ironman is a bit like the Olympics. It's invitation only. You have to qualify. Well, actually, first off, you have to be able to do the distance. It's a 3.8 kilometer swim. It's a 180 kilometer bike race immediately after the swim. Excuse me. And then you get off the bike and you run a 42 kilometer marathon, and you've got to do that in under 17 hours. So it's interesting how it came about, because I was, I'd finished playing footy. We'd emigrated to Australia, and I was running a bit, and I watched Wide World of Sport, Kenny Sutcliffe, Saturday afternoon, and it had the Ironman on from Hawaii. And there were people crawling across the line. There were some amazing stories of resilience and guts. And I remember I was watching this. I had tears running down my face. I was just so captivated by it. And I said to my wife, Anne, I said, I'm going to do that. She said, what, an Ironman? I said, no, I'm going to qualify for Kona. I'm going to qualify for the Hawaii Ironman, the World Championships. Now, this was back in 98. I was 40. At the time, in 98, I was 40, so I was born 58. And I put a plan together. I got a coach. I changed my lifestyle. I realized, so you got to try, I was training maybe 16 hours a week, swim, bike, run, and to do my first Ironman. And I realized I couldn't commit enough time to training if I was working for somebody else. So at the time, I was working in the city, had a big job, big wage, running a business, and I realized I couldn't train if I'd sold my soul for the money to somebody else. So I resigned and set up my own company. And one of the things I'm really committed to, which I totally believe in, is public accountability. A lot of people in life have a goal, but they don't want to share it. I want to lose 10 kilograms. Oh yeah, but I'm not going to tell anybody, because if I only lose 5 kilograms, they'll think I've failed. Or I want to run a marathon, but I won't tell anybody, because if I only run a half marathon, they'll think I've failed. And so I'm totally opposite against that. I'm big on public accountability. I posted every day. I posted every week on Facebook and LinkedIn about my Wimp to Warrior journey. I called my company Kona. That's where the Hawaii Ironman is run every year. So every time I give somebody a business card, every time I did a presentation with and the logo was prominent, every time somebody asked, what does Kona stand for? It reinforced my passion, my goal to qualify, to train, to get up early, to manage my life in such a way where I could still spend time on my business, with my family, and my training. And so it became not just a passion, became a way of life. And yeah, I'm huge on public accountability. If you want to make a difference in your life, tell people, because they'll hold you accountable. You tell people about what you're doing with Wimp to Warrior, and you'd have the people who mean a lot to you, or the people who make a difference in your life will be the ones saying, how you going, mate? Keep going. Keep doing it. Proud of you. The ones who don't, the ones who say, oh, but what about if, and what about the failures you could have? Fuck them off. You don't need them in your life.
But it's amazing too, because a lot of people, I don't know, when I did my series, a lot of people kind of kept silent about it. And it wasn't until the finale that like I thought, I might get rid of 10 tickets is what I honestly thought. And I think I had close to 70, 80. And I was like, I didn't even realize you guys were watching.
Yeah.
Right. So, and then they started coming in about like, your journey's been so inspiring and this and that. But as I said, they were kind of like silent followers. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. But did you go straight to Hawaii or did you do other Ironman?
No, you can't. No, you can't go straight to Hawaii. So first off, you've got to be able to do a triathlon. So I started at Kernel, which was a 250-meter swim, a 20K bike ride, and a 5K run. I mean, I wouldn't even do that in training now. But I got out of the water. I thought I was going to drown. Yeah, I'm a pom, for God's sake. I mean, poms can't swim. But I survived that. I was hooked. And then I went to Penrith and did the Penrith Enticer, which was, and then I did an Olympic distance, which is 1.5 Ks, 40K bike, and 10K run. And yeah, I did a few of those. So I was kept building the distances up, training harder. Then I got picked for Australia. As amazing as it sounds, I got picked for Australia in '99 to go race in Canada in the World Championships, but Olympic distance. Then I built on that, got a coach who knocked off 20 minutes off my swim time, and I improved my bike and run. Then I did a half Ironman, and I remember I did my first half Ironman at Foster, and I crossed the finish line. And I still remember today, I crossed the finish line and I staggered to a wheelie bin, and I leant up on this wheelie bin and sobbed because I was so bereft of energy. I was so knackered physically, and I just could not comprehend that was only a half. And yet that was September. In the March, I'd entered the New Zealand Ironman, full Ironman. And I had no idea how I was going to be able to do double the distance that I'd only just survived. But, crazy thing with Ironman is every race you finish, you go, that's it, I'm done. And then come Monday, you've had a sleep, you've had a feed, and you're going, right, what do I need to do differently? So, I did 23 in the end, and Hawaii was my 21st. 12 years it took me to get there.